What's going on today, Gotcha Gang? Kawaii50 here with another War of the Visions video focusing on one of the new units that just got added, Whisper the Judge in White. We're going to be going over all of Whisper's classes, abilities, the best ways to build her, the best way to make use of this brand new UR that is not time limited. So if you're salty about the time limited Ramza and Orlando, well, you're going to be pleased with this one. So Whisper is a newly added dark type tank character, defined not by her high HP when it comes to tanking, but by her incredibly high resistances to all attack types. We're going to be focusing on that when we go over how to build Whisper, and we're going to be focusing on that when we determine the best ways to make Whisper an absolute wall on your team. Now, she is dark type, so she does share some materials with some highly sought after units, mainly Stern. But if you don't have Stern, if you're looking for a tank and you got the dark type shards to spare, then Whisper can be a pretty decent investment. Let's start today's breakdown by taking a look at Whisper's Trustmaster reward, the Magic Crystal Mask. This accessory grants Whisper an ability that reduces her own HP but increases the defense and spirit of a target for 1 turn. Usually you're going to end up using this on Whisper when you know that a heavy attack is coming, usually on the very first turn. The stat boosts it gives aren't really super great, to be quite honest. 240 HP and 15 TP. That's it. That's all you're getting from this. So, decent Trustmaster, not one I'd really super want to focus on and hone in on, like say some of the other Trustmasters we got, like Thunder God Sid's Trustmaster, but it's an okay enough reward that you are going to be using this in your accessory slot. Whisper is, of course, one of the lucky few that gets a Limit Burst. Her Limit Burst, White Wave, is a dark type / type physical Limit Burst. Got all that written down? Its effect is that it deals large damage to targets within an area around Whisper, and more importantly, it lowers their bravery. So if you send Whisper into a group of casters, maybe they've been grinding out on that faith for those casters, maybe their brave's super low, you use your nice little White Wave ability, turn into a chicken. Boom. They survive, they're a chicken. A lot to hope for. I know it's not going to happen very often, but this is a pretty good Limit Burst, mainly because of its area around Whisper being the effect. With that in mind, it's a really good idea to just send her into a group of enemies, do her tank job, and she's going to get some bonuses from this Limit Burst as well. Whisper's Master ability, she gets a level 40, is honestly pretty great. It grants her slashing attack +5, but more importantly, a +5 resistance to all attack types. This is absolutely phenomenal. This is what we are looking for when we are building Whisper as a tank. She does have an innate 25% resistance to all attack types already from her stats, so tacking on a little more for that is just very, very good. It's what we're hoping for. Now, taking a look at Whisper's stats at level 99 with all of her job levels max, it's understandable that some of you might be a little worried fielding her as your tank because she only maxes at 1,661 HP. She does have a nice 213 attack though, that is going to get augmented by an ability on her ability board that grants attack +20%. So you can expect your Whisper to hit a lot harder than Engelbert, if we're making a comparison between tanks. She also has a solid amount of dexterity at 149 and a solid amount of luck at 170 when she's maxed out as well. Not quite as much as her banner buddy, the Dodge Queen Kitone, but it's a decent enough number where you can expect Whisper to be avoiding a couple of attacks here or there, which only helps her tanking potential. Now, taking a look at Whisper's main commands, she's actually got some really, really good abilities in her main arsenal. The ones of note particularly are Divine Healing, which will raise her max HP for 3 turns and recover the amount of HP raised. That's going to help any of you that are feeling a little worried about Whisper's low HP. Give it a little bit of a buff there. And most importantly on this list, we have Trinity Break, dealing medium damage to target and lowering their attack, magic, and agility for 3 turns. Whisper is not going to take a lot of damage if the target she is fighting has a lowered attack. Couple that with her resistances, and Trinity Break is a skill you are going to find that you're going to be using very, very often. So for her sub-job you equip, I'm basing this off not only her high attack stat, but the fact that she inherently has access to Trinity Break, the best break skill you can possibly have. There is no reason to really focus on her Night Tree when it comes to extra abilities. So I would recommend that you place Whisper's sub-job in the Samurai category. Whisper is going to get access to Illusion, which is going to help your allies with their evade rate, as well as Meditation, which is going to raise all of their bravery. She'll get access to Hien, giving her a nice ability that has a bit of range to it, and she's going to get some other abilities that end up synchronizing well with her Limit Burst. She's going to get Oborozuki, which has a chance to inflict slow around everyone around her for 3 turns. Night Veil, as well as another AoE skill around Whisper, giving a chance to inflict blind for 3 turns. So if your enemies are still attacking Whisper, you're not going to really worry that much about them hitting her if they are blinded. So really a lot of stuff that works super well with her kit, super well with this idea of just sending Whisper into the middle of a group of your foes and devastating them and pulling all those attacks towards her. So as far as Whisper's passive abilities go, I've definitely got to recommend HP up level 1 for her. As just the primary base ability, you have to give her this 100%. With her low base HP, even with all those good resistances, you're gonna need some more stuff to stack up, especially in higher level PvP arena. So you definitely want to just give Whisper as much HP as possible to accomplish her goal. As for Whisper's secondary ability, I've got to recommend Providence of Light. It raises her magic attack resistance as well as her light resistance. Whisper's #1 weakness is going to be those light attacks based on her dark affinity, so if you give her more stuff to buff that up, she is again gonna be able to tank more effectively. And since we have Providence of Light on Whisper, granting her that magic attack resistance, we can beef up her other area that she needs a little boost in right now, which is her regular damage resistance. So let's go ahead and give her Sword Guard for her reaction ability. Now we're covering all of our bases, we're covering both our magical and our physical attacks with all of Whisper's passive and reaction abilities, and that's going to give her a nice little safety net when it comes to whatever kind of opponent she is fighting. Overall, I've got to say Whisper is a pretty good resist type tank, but the big problem that she is facing, and the big reason a lot of people discredit her, is because she is facing some really good competition already in the form of Engelbert. Engelbert is just so good at tanking, so good at what he is designed to do, that it's not so much that Whisper herself is inherently bad. Far from it. Engelbert is just so insanely good that he makes Whisper look bad by comparison. But if you do not have Engelbert, if you've pulled Whisper, she is going to be a very serviceable unit, and she is actually going to be a unit that is going to perform very well for you in PvP more so than anywhere else. And of course, before we go, don't you worry, I didn't forget, we've got to talk about the equipment, the vision card, and the espers you are going to want to equip on Whisper. As for vision card, we're going to get that out of the way because it is easily a no-brainer. You're going to want to give her Vow of Love. Vow of Love, easily the best MR vision card in the game right now. It not only grants your tanks a hate +5 effect, guaranteeing the enemy is going to focus them more than anything else, but is also going to give Whisper a very good slashing attack bonus. If you get this at complete 4-star level 70, that's going to be a slashing attack +20, and it also grants your party an ability of attack +30%. Coupling that with Whisper's ability board, that's going to give her an excellent +50% attack. So you expect her to deal, again, a lot more damage than your other tanks. As for Whisper's equipment, we got some easy choices there as well. You're going to want to give her an assault type weapon to pump out a little bit extra attack, really benefit from that multiplier of attack +50% from everything you've got equipped. And for her equipment, you're going to want to give her a vital type armor as well. That vital type armor granting her more HP, shoring up her biggest weakness, and making sure she's going to survive those attacks. And finally, for Whisper's Esper, you are going to want to give her the no-brainer tank Esper that is in the game right now, Golem. Golem is super strong, grants you some nice resistances, grants you some nice defense, grants your party a nice HP boost. Golem just gives Whisper absolutely everything she wants, to the point there is no reason to give her any other Esper. And that's it for my look on Whisper. If this video helped you, I would appreciate it if you could like and subscribe. We're just a few hundred away from that sweet 1,000 subscribers, and that would super help me out if you did that. Give me more chances to make more content for all of you. Of course, if you have any thoughts on Whisper, some teammates you think might be super good to pair her with, or maybe some other equipment you would rather run on her, go ahead and of course let us all know down in the comments as well. I hope you're all having a phenomenal day, and we'll see you all in our next video.